Hey, what's up, guys? Ryan and Tiffany here.
Good evening. Monday evening.
We are excited to have you guys. A lot of crazy stuff. Biden is a communist. Biden something. You know, tomorrow is going to be a big day for Americans.
Right.
The Senate Judiciary Committee is having a hearing about Biden's gun control agenda.
Okay.
Which I don't understand why the Judiciary Committee would be having meetings about guns.
Right.
But I also don't understand any of this stuff that's happening.
Thank you, Marcel.
Yeah, thanks, Marcel. So what's up, Joe?
We got Drew and Charles.
Charles, Wilson.
Wilson
Jeff.
is signed up for the 21-day dry fire challenge.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool. Kyle's on here from Bunker Depot.
Yep.
So Kyle, did I tell you about Kyle's daughter?
No.
So
he does have a daughter Paisley's age, right?
yeah, so
Okay.
they, like 3 weeks ago or whatever, he said he normally watches the show just on his phone or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
But the other day they were all sitting in the living room and he decided to throw it up on the big TV. So his daughter, yeah, I probably need to stop cussing.
Exactly what I've been telling you.
Daughter watched it, and then later at the end she said, "Can we do this every Monday?"
Oh, no way. You know, what's really funny is that our kids secretly watch us. They're like, yeah, we really like it. I'm like, yeah, well, you just like it because we're your mom and dad. And they're like, no, we actually like it. They like it.
Okay.
So I guess kids like us.
I guess.
Hey, not bad. Hi,
Kids
Kathy.
like us. What's up, Kathy, Alan, Eugene,
So I'm not sure how to say your name, your YouTube name on here.
BJKBLQ, squiggly line.
What's up, Ryan? Where can I buy your new book? You can buy it right on our website at tampacarry.com. You can pick up a copy there. It's $20. That includes the shipping, and usually I ship it out right away to you. There are a few occasions where I'll slack and miss a day.
Listen,
but-
we were out of town a lot last week, so
yeah.
things slipped through the cracks.
Well, but we were only late one day because I actually manipulated the situation to come back one day early because I was so stressed out about the books not shipping for 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, people are living in an Amazon world
I know.
where they
Pretty bad.
they want their stuff like right away. I actually had a guy that texted me. He said, "Hey, where's my shirt? Where's my order?" And I said, "Okay, what did I mess up on?" So I looked
Because you're thinking it's like several days or something.
Yeah, so I looked up his order. I said, "Oh, you just ordered last night." I'm like, "And you ordered T-shirts. Those are made to order. So, they usually ship 2 to 3 business days."
Just tell them to stop being such a Karen.
No. I said, "Sorry, but they ship in a couple of business days." But that just goes to show, though, people want their stuff shipped fast, and I understand that.
I get it. Yeah, it's no
but
joke now.
sometimes, busy mom running stuff, and then all of a sudden, I look at the clock.
Nancy Pelosi says we're not supposed to use the word mom anymore because it's like
What?
it's rude gender wise.
Are you kidding? That's like, being a mom is like the biggest compliment that anybody could ever call me.
I think so. I like being a dad,
And
but apparently
I was
that's-
laying in bed today. Yeah, today. Because I super exhausted before the live stream. And I was like, Ryan's over there working. And I'm like thinking about what I can bake for tomorrow. And I'm thinking about a cake stand. And I'm like, this is what I like to do. I'm like, Ryan likes to work. But in the, my end goal is for you to work and for me to make
Sure,
cake.
that's my goal too. That's my goal.
And take care of the kids. So,
All right, make sure you guys share this live stream on social media. Let's blow it up. Let's get a lot of brand new people on here.
and if you have a question, this time we only had like 6 or 8 questions on there
You guys are
because
flipping.
I also think that because we were doing it during vacation last time, we kind of forgot to let people know. But make sure you go to tampacarrylive.com, and it's just a little form. Fill it out. We don't spam you or anything like that. But what happens is then we have that question for next Monday night's live, and we will answer your question. A lot of you will post on the comments, which is great, but the comments just go by so fast, and there's no way that we could possibly, answer them all. But if you send a question to tampacarrylive.com, we'll for sure take care of you.
Okay, so Raul has a question. He says, what's this dry fire challenge? Where do I sign up? So the 21-day dry fire challenge is a course that teaches you advanced firearm shooting skills and teaches you how to train and develop those skills in the comfort of your house.
Yep.
So there's a link in the description. Sign up. It is super dope. I promise if you do the drills that I teach you,
Yeah.
you will get a tremendous amount of value from it.
So the greatest thing about it is, there's these mechanisms out there and stuff that, will say, like a dry fire thing that you point at the wall and shoot and stuff, but they don't tell you how to actually execute that drill properly. They don't tell you the proper stance or the proper reason why you're doing things. What Ryan does, and what Ryan is phenomenal with, I'll give you a compliment, is he is really good at breaking down each skill step by step and then explaining why it is important to do it that way. And then along with the 21-day dry fire challenge, we have our private Facebook group where people that are doing these drills, you post your videos and Ryan watches those every night, and then he'll, have a conversation. He'll post a video letting you know what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong or whatever it is to help you out to make sure that you are not creating bad training scars. So for the $39 that this course is, you get 25, I believe it's 25 in total drills, drawing from concealment in a vehicle, at a restaurant. There's all kinds of stuff. But I'll say this, that course, because I had to, go through the whole thing putting it in, is a phenomenal course. For $39, you can do it over and over again. You can watch other people do the drills in the course. I mean, it's a great course. And honestly, that course will not be $39 forever because it's worth a lot more. So I encourage you to sign up.
And some questions on here.
Okay. What is it here?
Okay, so first question's from David. It says, looking at Florida Statute 790.29, looks like instructors could get in trouble teaching tactics and such. So Florida Statute 790.29 outlaws paramilitary training in the state of Florida.
Okay.
Now, what was the guy's name? David, the part that I think you missed of this statute is this portion right here. Whoever teaches or demonstrates to any other person the use, application, or making of any firearm, destructive device, or technique capable of causing injury or death to persons, knowing or having reason to know, this is the important part, that the same will be unlawfully employed. So it doesn't say that it's illegal to teach those, they're calling it paramilitary tactics. We would just call it
like advanced handgun.
Advanced shooting skills.
Sure.
So, but I teach the advanced shooting skills to help people use a firearm lawfully in a lawful self-defense situation. But let's say teaching a, what is the name of that group? What's the rioters? What are they called? Shit. The people, the kids that are out there rioting, burning buildings down and stuff. What are they called?
Antifa?
Antifa.
Okay.
If you had like a training camp for Antifa.
Okay, gotcha.
And teaching them, this is how we burn a building down. That would be the paramilitary skills that I believe the state is actually talking about.
Okay, gotcha. Or would that also include like the militia or no?
Again, I think the militia is very different because the militia is not training to do something illegal.
Okay,
the
gotcha.
militia is training for a...
So it's like almost like training to do something bad. I mean, it sounds like a terrorist.
It's like an Al-Qaeda training
exactly.
camp. Yeah,
so
that would be illegal.
That's kind of given that would be illegal.
Yeah, okay. Lots of people on here like Antifa. I don't know why I couldn't remember it.
I'll tell you why, because you're dead tired. You just
I'm a little tired.
No, you're dead tired. You just don't want to admit it. That's it. All right, hang on. Michael here says, hi, Ryan and Tiffany. I already have my CCW, but my wife does not. I hope to get her in one of your branding classes in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome.
If I pay for both of us, can I sit in your course, though I have my... Well, you don't have to. Because
come.
Well,
just come with your wife.
You can just watch it with her online, and then you can just come to the live fire portion and shake Ryan's hand. That's no problem.
I charge extra to shake my hand, though. It's a COVID fee.
It's a COVID fee? Yeah. Okay. So my wife got her license in the mail today, and once her holster comes in, I'm going to have her do the 21-day dry fire challenge. Oh, Jason. Awesome. So Heather got her permit. That is great news. Yes, She definitely does need to do the dry fire challenge. Renee is still in the group. I think she maybe stopped posting, but there's a few women in there. They would love to see other women posting. I encourage everybody, the next run is going to start April 1st. So that means you have from now until April 1st to order the course, kind of review it, get into the Facebook group and get, your dummy rounds or whatever you need ordered to complete the class. So I would suggest that you do that because huge difference.
Okay, so Renee says, I know I can't use a firearm in deadly force to defend a dog.
Right.
It's harder to read when you highlight it right there.
Sorry.
Right? But can I use deadly force to protect livestock or a horse? In my opinion, there's nothing in the Florida law that says anything about using or threatening deadly force to protect livestock.
Yeah, it has to be a human life, I believe.
The threat of a human life being lost.
Now, if somebody's stealing a horse, is that considered...
Nothing in Florida. It's interesting. Okay, so I've been working on this new book for Texas gun law, and it is crazy. The misconceptions, the lies that I have heard over the years about what you're allowed to do in the state of Texas when it comes to self-defense. So everybody says, if somebody's on your property in Texas, you're allowed to shoot them. Nope.
Not true.
Not a law.
But everybody says that about Florida law too. Everybody just thinks that we're Wild West, and they'll watch some of Ryan's videos or read his book, and they're like, really? Or people come into your class.
But in Texas,
like, really?
If somebody is stealing on your property at night, you're allowed to shoot them. But if they're stealing during the day, you are not allowed to shoot them.
Really?
Crazy, right?
Why is that?
Who knows? They're
Shoot someone in the dark?
Because you can hide the body at night.
I guess so. Look at that.
Okay, Jimmy says, what is the waiting period to buy a handgun if you don't have a concealed carry permit? I live in Tampa. Jimmy, the waiting period in Hillsborough, the waiting period in the state of Florida is a 3 business day wait. However, our genius city councilman here in Hillsborough County decided to extend that waiting period to a 5-day waiting period, which does not include the day you buy the gun,
or the
day you pick the gun up, or weekends or holidays. Yeah.
It drags it out. Like it feels like it takes forever. It felt like it took forever at 3 days. Like when we owned the gun store and I had to explain people the 3-day. Sometimes
people are like, oh, I can't just get it right now.
Yeah. No, you can't.
Or my favorite is when people are like, I need a gun now. Somebody's trying to kill me. And it's like, okay, well.
No, it's even worse when they say, I need to get into a class today. I need my permit today because I'm being threatened or something like that. I'm like, well,
you're not getting your permit today.
No, you can take the class.
It's going to take you a couple months.
Yeah, the state, because people don't understand because they've been hearing in the media that it's so easy to get a gun, it's so easy to get a permit, that they think that everything is instant and they don't really understand that it's not. Okay, I have a question here from Robert Cruz. Can you drive in your car with your gun in a holster laying on the front passenger seat in plain sight with a concealed carry permit?
Yeah, Robert, great question. So it all depends if the firearm is visible to the ordinary sight of another person. So if you were, just imagine that I'm in my truck. I drive a Chevy Silverado. So if I had a gun sitting on the passenger seat, it's not likely that a vehicle is going to pull up next to me and be able to look in my window and be able to see anything on my passenger seat because it's too tall.
Unless it's a semi.
Unless it's a really big truck, a lifted truck, something like that. But if I was driving like a Honda Civic or one of these lower cars where you can always look inside and see whatever's there, then it would be illegal. So my truck, legal. A small car, it would be illegal. Because again, it would be readily visible to the ordinary sight of another person. And this is another really important kind of topic when we talk about mounting a firearm inside of your vehicle, like on a steering column or something, is that it's totally legal as long as it's not readily visible to the ordinary sight of another person.
Right.
But if somebody can just look and see, holy crap, that guy's got a gun mounted there, then that would not be legal under the law.
Right. So Dustin says, I wish that I could do the 21-day dry fire challenge, but it's kind of hard in my line of work. So this is what I'm going to tell you, Dustin.
Why? You just do it at a truck stop, man.
Yeah, Well, yeah, but you don't even have to do that. This is the thing. You can just do it when you're home. So we call it the 21-day dry fire challenge. Ryan, in a perfect world, would like you to spend 21 days, do these drills in 21 days, because what he's trying to do is expedite your skill, get you great, in 21 days, but not everybody can do that. I mean, let's be honest. We all have lives. We have things come up. So you'll notice in the Facebook group, people will do, day 1 through 6, and then they'll drop off for a couple days, and then they'll come back, post day 7, post day 8.
Ultimately, the goal of that course, again, is not to force you to do it in 21 days. The goal is to teach you the exact fundamental, foundational skills that you need to practice for the rest of your life.
Yes.
So it's so that you actually really get a deep understanding of these topics and of these subjects so that you can do it forever.
Yes.
This is not a one and done kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So the 21 day, that's just a suggestion to kind of get just to ram a bunch of stuff.
It was a cool name for marketing.
Just to ram a bunch of stuff down your throat and get you good really fast. But the idea is that you're going to do these drills continually. And I know Joe and Dan, they've been doing it
for like over a year now.
They do these drills a lot, and man, you can tell like these. If there was a bad guy, this is the concealed carry holder you want, behind you in line. Like
what's cool is Joe, I believe Dan too, just recently got into guns and shooting.
Yes, they both did. Yeah, I mean, within the last
year and a half, 2 years or something. But man, they have accelerated way past what the normal gun owner is. Even a gun owner that's owned a gun for 20 plus years. Like they are light years ahead.
Because they're just committed to doing those simple things. But what happens is you get that muscle memory. And what Ryan teaches is you go slow. But the more you do it, then you just gain speed naturally doing it the correct way. So you can really see that they're getting that speed. So anyway.
Okay, Joel says that he took my class in Joel took my class in 2019, and you're asking, can I still use that certificate to apply? The answer is yes. So our certificates do not expire.
Yeah, exactly. So Eduardo Zanchi says, please, when in Vegas, let me pay you both a beer. God bless and keep it up.
It all depends on what's going to happen. SHOT Show this year got canceled because of COVID.
I wouldn't let you go anyway.
I was going to go. It's up to you. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
That's so much money.
It doesn't matter. It's so dope, man. So I'm going to SHOT Show next year. I'm at least going to get a badge again. And if they don't cancel it, the issue was not the National Shooting Sports Foundation. The issue was the city of Las Vegas didn't want. So, there's over 500,000 people show up to SHOT Show.
Yeah, it's a
Social distancing is not possible at
it's
SHOT Show.
Not
possible. So anyway, if it happens, I will be in Vegas next January.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Maybe you'll take your wife with you.
I would love for you to go. I invited you to go last time.
I didn't like Vegas.
Queen of excuses. It's different when going to casinos for fun. We're not gamblers, right?
No.
So I'm not interested. We're not interested in going to drink.
Yeah.
So what's fun? There are some cool shows to go to. And then seeing all the different guns and interacting with the people at SHOT Show is fun. But the casino life is not ours.
Sure, maybe I'll go. Okay, wait. Thirsty Camel. I kind of like that name.
That is a cool name. You need to buy thirstycamel.com. You need to buy that.
I bet you it's gone. What's your opinion on inside the waistband holster, leather, or Kydex?
Okay, so I really like Kydex, but I got contacted by this company on Instagram a few days ago. Let me give them a quick little shout out. So their name is craftholsters.com.
With a K or
with a C. So the owner of Craft Holsters saw some of my holster review videos and reached out to me and said, hey, Ryan, I'd love to give you some of my products and have you do a review. So I said, I looked. They've got a freaking beautiful leather holster. All they do is leather.
Okay.
Beautiful leather holster. It's like a caramel color. And I said, I'd really like.
It's called camel.
Whatever, I don't know. But I said, I'd really like that caramel color one. And he's like, we'll make one just for you. So he's going to send it. So as soon as I get that holster, I'm pretty excited.
Spoiled. So usually we do reviews and then give away the product. So you're doing a review to keep the product. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
So you're stealing from our viewers. Is that what you're saying, Ryan? Right here in front of all of our viewers?
No, I'm not stealing.
So Muddy River also does.
Muddy River. No, but they're Kydex.
No, Muddy River has lots of leather, a ton
of
leather. Yeah, and they have really great prices. So, but you carry with a Kydex.
Yeah.
Now, but Ryan has carried with leather.
For a long time.
For a
years.
long time. Years you've carried with leather. I think it's a preference, whatever feels best to you.
And it's also based on, like, I'm not a stylish type person, I guess. So I'm pretty plain, just sweatshirt, jeans, and a hat usually, and I roll out.
He says, I guess.
No, like I'm not interested.
Ryan,
But
we can all tell by your hair today.
yeah. But some people, like if you're really into style and fashion and all that stuff, I could see.
Remember that cop, Abe?
I do remember Abe. Abe is like it's like a brown, just a brown, sexy man. That guy, that was a good looking freaking dude.
I will have to say, me and Lori, who was my best friend at the gun store, when Abe came in, he was a cop. And he
was OSI, which is like FBI for.
But he dressed like super,
like this dude came out of a freaking magazine.
Yeah,
or something.
like GQ. Yeah, and then he came in and he bought that Miami classic leather, brown camel leather shoulder holster.
Yeah, the dude walks in and I'm like, "Can you get the hell out of my store, bro? Like, what are you doing, Abe?" But he was a nice guy. He was very.
Yeah,
nice
he was a very nice guy. Yeah. I hope he's doing good.
Yeah, he's
we know it sucks to not see these people again.
It does. That's the negative of not having the gun store. We made a lot of friends, and it's hard to not really see those people as much anymore.
Yeah, it does suck. Okay, the angle of the dangle is proportionate to the meat. Not sure what I missed.
Not sure what that means, Todd, but it sounds pretty funny.
It sounds pretty good.
Hey, Michael says, have you tried alien gear? Yep, I've got a lot of alien gear holsters. Yep. I own most of them, actually, and I like them. I think alien gear does a really good job. I think they're very high quality. I think everything they do is amazing. The only thing, like on their Shapeshift series of holsters, I feel like I get the concept of what they did. So you just have the base and then you can buy the shell and stuff. I just think it's a little bit overly engineered, overly complicated.
Because you only carry like really one gun.
Because a normal person is only going to carry one gun. You may own 100 guns, but you're only going to carry one. So you don't really need it to be so interchangeable. But I think they're very good quality company.
Yeah, I agree. But you wear Tier 1 Axis Elite.
Yep.
That is your carry right now.
Right now, yeah.
Okay. John Rivera says, my CCW app was suspended as I was misidentified as a felon. That sucks.
That does suck.
John Rivera, popular name. That's why. I escalated my case to a supervisor and gave my full social. Yeah. That's what we always recommend for people to do that right on their application. In hopes that this clears me. What should I do if they push back?
Yeah, I think
that's a UPIN. You got to apply for a UPIN.
I don't think a UPIN doesn't apply to this. A UPIN only applies to purchasing a gun.
Okay.
So I think what the issue is, you're just going to have to appeal it. You already got fingerprinted.
Mm-hmm.
You put your social. I honestly don't know what else there is. Like, they're supposed to run you through, if you fail the state of Florida level background check, they're supposed to escalate it to a federal FBI background check.
And then they should catch it with your social.
And then the only thing you can do, I guess, maybe is apply for a UPIN and provide this Department of Agriculture with that UPIN showing that the FBI has already cleared you and that you do not have any felony convictions.
I have had other people do a UPIN.
Okay.
So, and for those of you that don't know what a UPIN is, just UPIN. And if you Google it, how to get a UPIN, you'll get the form. You're going to get fingerprinted again. And basically what it is like a secondary social. So if you have a very popular name, we would see this in the gun store a lot. And to tell you the honest truth, John, if this happened with your concealed weapon permit, it'll probably happen when you go to buy a gun at a gun shop, and you'll have to get the UPIN anyway. So what the UPIN does is you can write that right on the 4473 form, and that says, hey, this is like a secondary, proof of who I am, of identification, and then they can see that you're not the bad guy. Ryan has a guy that has the same name as him that has some...
like a freaking... This dude's a heart... He has my exact same first, middle, and last name.
Yes.
And my same date of birth.
And he lives in...
He lives in Apollo Beach.
Or used to.
Yeah. So I got pulled over one time, and the officer approached like I was a criminal. And she said, you have warrants out for your arrest. And I was like, no, I don't.
Right.
So I was in military uniform. And then she walked up and she was like, oh, wait a second. are you Ryan G. Thomas? I said, the one and only. And,
Apparently not.
and she's like, you look different than the wanted picture. So
picture.
after a few minutes, she said, there's a guy that has your same name. When she
Right.
ran my plate, she thought I was that dude.
Yeah, exactly. Remember we also went to like somewhere where there was kids.
Oh, it was the YMCA.
Oh, the YMCA. We were trying to sign Ryan up with me, and they were like, "No, you're a pedophile."
They said, "Yeah, you're a sex offender," and I said, "No, I'm not."
I work at a children's.
And then they said, "Have you?" Yeah, I was like, "I work in a children's ministry in a church." And then they said, "You were arrested in Pennsylvania," and I was like, at the time, I'd never even been to Pennsylvania.
Right. Yeah.
So after we went back and forth and did a further background check, it was a different person.
So what sucks is this Ryan G. Thomas is a real scumbag, basically.
Apparently.
So Gene Simmons says, if one does not use Facebook, can you still do the 21-day dry fire challenge? Absolutely. And yeah, you just won't be posting your videos, but you still can do all the training drills. You still have access to that to do them over and over again. Oh, thank you so much, Sandy.
Thanks, Sandy.
Sandy gives like every single time. Sandy, Marcel, there's a couple of them.
She's also been DMing me, sliding into my DM.
Shut up.
Okay, John says, if I have 2 DUIs, you're not a quitter.
Stop.
Can I still get my concealed carry permit? I got one in 2009 and one in 2013. I have since quit drinking. Probably a good decision. Yes, great
idea.
Great question. If you are deemed a habitual alcohol offender in the state of Florida, then you are not eligible for a concealed carry permit. On the screen here, you can see what a habitual alcohol offender is. But since it's already been past 3 years since the last DUI, then you are able to get your permit. So you're totally fine.
You're totally fine, yeah.
I am absolutely, my dad is like a raging alcoholic. The entire time I was a kid, it was like consistent of him getting DUIs and then driving without a license and getting arrested for that. So like I am terrified. Have I ever driven even with a beer in my system? I am terrified of it.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't let you anyway, because it's just, you know what? Things happen just way too fast.
Yeah.
And,
Crazy.
we're all one bad decision away from like changing our whole lives. And you really like,
Tell me about it.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But, that's how you can kind of have grace on other people, is because it's like, that could be us. We're all one step away, so we can't get too high on our horse here. Michael says he bought a gun this morning.
How did that like phrase come into existence? You can't get high on your horse. Was there like a dude and they were like, "Sir, you're too high on your horse. You're gonna fall."
I actually don't know. You know what I like to do after things like this? I Google it. So I'm gonna actually Google it later tonight and find out, because I want to know where that phrase came from. So anyway, Michael says he bought a gun this morning, filled out paperwork, but he has a CCW. He only had to wait about 10 minutes before they let them leave the gun store. That's really good news.
That is good.
That shows that the background check system is, getting back to normal, because for the longest time, we were talking like 4, 8, 12 hours plus.
Yeah, I was
just
leaving.
to do a simple 2-minute background check.
I would just leave and say, text me tomorrow, whatever, when it comes in, because it was just worthless to try to sit there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, thanks so much, Alex. What does he say here? Shiba dog riding with a brush.
So that's the emoji, right?
Oh, yeah. For some reason, it doesn't show us the little emoji guy.
It tries to tell us.
It explains this. So it's like happy pair dancing. Yeah. So thank you very much, Alex. We appreciate that.
That's the Chinese screwing with us. Just messing with our minds. We can't even read emojis anymore.
I was going to say, the other day when you came home and you told me, I thought you should share on the live stream that young kid, the kid from Cambodia. What did you say?
Yeah. What about him?
About what happened in the class that you told me.
So what was happening? A guy, I asked a man why he wanted to carry a gun, and he said, because I'm Chinese, which is funny because he was wearing a face mask and I couldn't tell he was Chinese. Oh. So I was like, okay. And I said, why do you, being Chinese, need to carry a gun? And he said, there's a lot of hate crimes that are now happening to the Asian community. And I thought, oh, that's very interesting. So afterwards, this younger kid kind of stayed, and he was probably like 23, 24, whatever. And he said his mother is Cambodian.
Right.
And he said that when he's around his Asian family and friends, they will just start saying, racist stuff about black people. And I said, same thing happens to me. Like when I used to work at Culligan and I go to a person's home, they would just assume because I'm white, they can say all this shit and I'm just going to be okay with that. So what I was explaining to him is that it's very easy to hate people. It's very easy to say because you're a woman, I can look down on you, because you're Black, Cambodian, whatever, that you can look down, because that's the easy thing. Loving people that are different, that's hard. Loving people that you don't necessarily like or agree with, that's hard.
Oh, right, because we were talking about, now I kind of remember how we got on this subject. I asked Ryan some information about like some bills and stuff, because I said, I haven't turned the TV on because I can't stand it anymore. I said, I want to go back to the day when, you know, my mom and dad said that nobody talked politics. Like nobody brought that stuff up. You didn't know who your neighbor,
what they believe.
Yeah, you're just friends with your neighbor. But now it seems like everything on TV, you know, both sides. I can't handle it. It's like so stressful.
It's weakness. So we have to be able to listen to other people's opinions, thoughts, whatever,
right,
whether we agree or not. And we have to be able to take it in and say, I understand your point of view. Right. I don't have to agree with it.
I don't have to agree with it.
But I can still love you as a person
I don't have
be
to
totally
hate
fine.
you and attack you and all this stuff. I just can't stand all the attacking and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, crazy conversation with that young man. I think he appreciated that, though, that, you know, just to hear another side of it.
Sure.
So pretty cool.
All right. So, Michael, let's say, Ryan, what is the process and cost of buying a suppressor for a 9mm? Could be a marriage.
Shut up.
If you already have your concealed carry, what is the cost of each step and timeline for the process? So step number one is if you want to do this the right way, step number one is you want to get a revocable truss set up. So that way, which costs about $250, that way, if and when you die, whoever you pass those suppressors or short barrel rifles on to, it's an easier process for them. So when I die, it goes straight to Tiffany. When Tiffany and I both die, they get split up with our children.
Right.
So we want that estate planning. We want that process to be done smoothly for them so they don't have to deal with a bunch of BS. Once you get the truss, what?
Oh, nothing. Keep finishing.
Once you get the truss set up, then you just want to go buy the item. Shooter's World has a ton of suppressors in stock right now.
But you're going to wait in line without anybody saying hello to you or helping you.
With a bunch of rude customer service.
Yeah.
But the employees there that knew me were very friendly and nice to me because they watched the YouTube channel.
Okay, yeah, so they just wanted to be nice.
Sure, but
when I went with you, we stood for 30 minutes in line and nobody even acknowledged us.
Yeah, I finally had to say to a manager walking by, I said, hey, bro, does anybody work here? Like, we've been standing in line for 30 minutes. Nobody's even acknowledged us.
And I understand, like, being busy and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I don't expect, like, people, you know, to just drop everything. But it takes 2 seconds. And people were just standing there working on their little computer and stuff. It takes 2 seconds to be like, we'll be with you soon.
Second, we're going to be right with you.
You know, hello, welcome. You know, we'll be. But
so anyway, off topic here.
Anyway.
So,
okay, wait. Oh.
Go buy the suppressor, and then you're going to pay a $200 tax to the government for some random freaking reason. And then you just got to wait 6 months for it to actually get approved.
Yes, and then you can go and pick it up. So Placid Saint said, if I'm moving to Florida, do I have to change info on my NFA item?
Okay, listen, I met this guy. So not only do you have to change the info on your NFA item, you have to get permission before you cross state lines with an NFA item ever. Yes. So we had this guy come into our gun store and he said, you know, he's got a short barrel shotgun, an SBS. Yeah. He had just moved from North Carolina. And then he said, how do I update with my new address? And I said, well, you got permission, right, to come here, cross state lines? And he's like, no, I didn't know I had to do that. And I was like, okay, this is a big deal, bro. So yeah, you have to change that address, get permission every time you cross state lines. Now, from what I heard, I've never taken an NFA item across state lines.
No, but we help.
You just have to send it in. They don't have to reply to you. You just have to mail it in.
Yeah, it's an easy process. It's not a big deal. And yeah, it's not a big deal. Hey, thank you so much. I'm not sure how to say that name.
Katrua. Katura.
We're terrible. We're terrible spellers. We're terrible at grammar. And you guys.
But we're sexy. Man, we are.
My husband and watch you guys every week and enjoy the live chat so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Somebody else said, thanks for making our Monday better. You know, so as much as Mondays are exhausting for me, I think people like it on a Monday because Mondays do suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like chomping at the bit on Sundays to start working on Monday.
Really?
I am, yeah.
Oh, I
It's like,
hate you. Oh,
yeah. I can't wait.
I can't stand it.
Because like Sunday is where like I'm not allowed to work, where I get yelled at for working. Okay. I still work, but I do get the look like, oh, you're working again?
I say it. I said, honey, did you just open your computer? He says, I just got to copy paste something.
And then
4 hours later, I walk by and I'm like, well, that copy paste is taking you a long time, sweetheart. Oh.
Okay, so Sal says, should I complete the 21-day dry fire challenge before I start carrying? Took my class a few years ago, but I'm a beginner. Yeah, I think you should take it whatever stage you're at. I think it's great. I think it'll be very valuable, and it'll definitely help you understand how to manipulate that gun. I think, I promise you'll get more value from it than what it costs, or we'll refund your money. That's how sure we are.
Okay, right. It's
Kitura.
Kitura. Katura or
Katura.
Katura. That's a nice name now that I know how to say it. I think I'm saying it properly. Thanks for explaining that, and thanks for helping us out. What does this say? But I'm not offended. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so tired of all the people that get so easily offended.
I missay people's names all the time in class, and I'm just like, sorry, man. Sorry, ma'am. Whatever.
And you kind of make fun of people too, don't you? Thank you so much, Dan.
Yeah, Dan and James, we appreciate you guys.
James, thank you. You are so sweet.
Like I have said multiple times before.
Yes.
If I can't crack a joke at you.
Yes.
And have you laugh.
Yeah.
Then we cannot be friends.
Because you're very comedic. I mean, you have one-liners.
Yeah, so
you have stuff. You're like, oh, that's a stripper name, isn't it?
Yeah, Christina is a friend of ours who comes and cleans our house too. How much do I, when she's there and we're sitting at the computer, how much do I harass her?
A lot.
It's a lot. It's like everything that comes out of her mouth, I've got something random to say.
Yeah.
But I love Christina.
Yes.
So, and I told her, I said, Christina, if I didn't mess with you, it's because I don't like you.
Then you would just say, yes, ma'am, all the time.
Yeah. Because I'm worried about getting sued. Get a freaking letter from Morgan & Morgan or something.
Exactly. Hey, wait a minute. So Michael says the live shows on Mondays are a great way to end the first day of the work week. Awesome.
Nice.
Those dummies in Miami are having fun. Some are vandalizing.
She's talking about spring breakers.
Really?
Just going chaotic. Yeah.
Why?
Like,
what is with this generation?
Why? It's because last year, what really broke in our society, I think, is people just feel a lot more free to do a lot of dumb stuff with no consequences. It's scary.
It's scary and it's stupid. I don't understand this generation of that.
It's not that it's people our age too, though, Tiffany. It's
really
Mike Tyson said it the best. He said the internet has made people too comfortable with saying stuff and not getting punched in the face.
That is
Doesn't
true.
that sum up like our YouTube comments 100%? Like you would never say that to me in face to face. You would never say it.
Right. Yeah, all the stuff.
But on the internet, you're okay doing it.
Right.
But in person, now it's totally okay to rip down a stop sign, burn down buildings, and just be an idiot.
Yeah.
Because there are very few consequences.
That's sad. It's crazy. If our kids ever did that crap, man.
I would punch them. I would punch them.
They would get into a lot of trouble.
And my kids know that.
It's moral decay.
You know what?
Yes, I agree.
The big thing that I found so awesome about reading Texas gun law is Texas gun law actually says it is legal to use force against your children. So that means physical force to discipline them or to keep order of the group.
Yeah.
So it says in the Texas law that teachers are allowed to use force, so hitting a kid, to keep the order of the group.
Now, obviously, we're not talking about abuse, but, back in the day, that's what they did. The nuns used to smack my mom on the knuckles
I went to a private
with
Christian...
a yardstick.
I went to a private Christian school in Southern California, and the principal had a big paddle with holes in it in his office, and my parents had to sign a document every year that says the principal is allowed to spank us without the parents' permission.
I think so.
And honestly,
and look, you still turned out terrible.
I know. Nobody got spanked because we were all terrified.
You're too scared, though.
Yeah.
And that's what they need. This business of kids just getting away with whatever they want. Even, you know what else?
You know what pissed me off the other day? Paisley said when they do the Pledge of Allegiance in the morning, She says 90% of the children in the
You
class
are kidding
will
me.
not stand up. And I said, you better freaking stand up, Paisley. You better
are
stand up.
kidding me.
You better put your hand on your heart. I don't give a crap about
Oh.
any of those other punk ass kids. But you better do it.
That crap really bothers me, especially when we watch, I know it's all cinematic, but when we watch those military, war movies and stuff, and you see what those guys went through and how much they suffered and continue to suffer.
Not just what they suffer, but it's what they have to deal with when they get back, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because the VA just drops you.
Right.
They don't help you with this stuff.
Yeah, it's just crazy though to think that people can't respect that. And, if you're doing that at Paisley's age at 12, 13 years old, I mean, what kind of adult is that going to be, at 20 and 30 years old?
Sure.
That's sad.
Yeah, Texas constitutional slapping. There you go, man.
I like it. Hey, I'm all for that. So
yeah,
that's in the Bible. Sad that kids are not taught to have respect. That's a huge thing. Oh, what I was going to say before Ryan interrupted me. Remember there was a time when like the neighbor would come out and be like, "Hey, Sonny boy, what are you doing?" And you would be like, "Sorry, ma'am, yes, ma'am." And you're just scared that you're gonna like go, they're gonna tell your mom or whatever it is. Now there's none of that. They're like, ping, doing that, or they're not scared at all because mom is all psycho, ready to yell at the neighbor. "Don't you talk to my kid, don't you?" Like, I'm happy when my neighbor texts me and says, "Hey, your kids are on the roof of your car." And then I said, "Arr!" And then I go outside and I'm like, "Get your butt down from there. The neighbor's, tattling on you."
Yeah.
But now there's just none of that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so silly. And there was a kid that told my daughter on the playground, this is about a year ago, was telling her F off, like totally using bad language like that. We went and found the mom and she's like, "Tonio, come here." I was like, "Really? I would be so upset."
Yeah.
So anyway, not happy with the things are going. Okay, wait until the Patriots start to hate this country.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen, right? I think we need to make sure, listen, man, I don't care what anybody says. One of my favorite questions to ask immigrants is what their opinion of America is.
Yeah.
Because Americans, people who have never left America, it's very easy to bitch and complain. No matter where you live in America, you're pretty wealthy compared to the rest of the world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We have a lot of opportunity, but the immigrants that come, they know that this is awesome. Especially immigrants from like China. That's why they come here and they're so successful.
Yeah.
They're like, you dumb shits are over here
Right.
complaining.
Right.
When all this opportunity is here, but you just don't want to work for it.
Right, exactly.
And they're like, all I got to do is work 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, done. I'll do it.
Right.
And they're successful. Indians, that's why they're so successful with gas stations and stuff. Vietnamese with nail salons. These people are hustlers.
Yeah.
They know what it's really like to be oppressed. And Americans just bitch and complain because they didn't win the lotto.
And want to be oppressed. Beg to be oppressed.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Stupidity.
It's crazy. Yeah, snowflake generation. I agree, but I wasn't raised that way. So I was raised on a farm. You worked. If you wanted to eat, you ate what's on your plate. Like, that was a big deal. So
yeah.
Happy.
All right. Sal says, we already talked to Sal. Sean says, "Hi, Ryan. I'd like to know I'd like to know if a law-abiding citizen and Florida resident can purchase a firearm or a lower receiver from an FFL with a suspended driver's license due to an insurance reason in the state of Florida." So you have to have a valid government-issued ID or combination of those documents. So you'd have to have some type of government-issued ID, valid ID card, a military ID, something to prove your name, picture, date of birth. What else? Current residence address.
Yeah, it just has to make sure that it's actually a government or county issued something. So people, would come in with, let's say, a TICO bill, but TICO is a private company. You can come in with a water bill that has your name and address because that's county, but it has to be county or government. It can't be anything private. People would bring in their lease. Again, that's private. So you have to make sure that it's county or. So Wilson Velaz says, "Every ass whooping I got from my parents and teachers, I earned."
Yeah, I agree, man.
I did too. But it made me, you know what? It made you think twice or it's like you weren't even mad about it. It's like, yeah, you're like, you You knew.
They know.
You knew that you deserved it, and it's kind of funny. Hey, Renee, is the hoodie straight or is it puffy? Is the hoodie straight?
She's talking about mine?
Oh, right. It is not puffy at all. It is a super thin material. So Ryan wears his hoodies like
every day, all the time. If I could wear a hoodie every day of my life, I would, but it's too hot here.
But he does wear it like even in, June, July. So it does have, it's super thin. It's super, super thin. It has no lining, yeah.
And these ones aren't bad. Some of the other hoodies that I have are too hot.
Yeah.
But with air conditioning in my offices and in the house and
nice.
stuff, it's perfect.
It's
very comfortable.
But I will say this, size up on the hoodie.
Yeah, they are a little bit
Because
small.
Ryan always wears a size large, and didn't I buy you So, and he didn't like the large. It was a little too snug for him because I guess they're kind of a slim fit.
Because it's fit body.
Yeah, so go a size up. Standout production. It is the pussification of America. Yes, I agree. I really noticed that, watching the Vikings. So again, we talk about the Vikings every time. I'm done now, so I probably won't talk about it too much. But it was crazy to see.
Finished or you're done with the series?
I'm done watching the series. But it was just crazy to see back then, how the men were just very rugged. And I'm not saying that everybody has to be rugged like that. But it was crazy to see that if they had a problem, they would just punch each other in the face and they would just fight it out, like brothers, whatever. They would fight it out, and then that was it. They would, have a beer later.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy how now it's like, no, I'm going to,
But now what young men are told is that it's toxic masculinity. Now what's happening, did you hear about this kid in San Francisco? He's 21 years old. He's suing his parents for $1.8 million. Because for his entire life, they dressed him like a girl. And he said now he's like, I didn't want to be a girl. You made me dress like a girl. You made me pretend I was a girl. And he's suing them saying you should not have done this. So
So he was a boy?
He's a boy.
Well, that's
but they
child
forced
abuse.
him to dress like a girl.
In my opinion, that's child abuse, yeah.
The bottom line is they want to feminize everything. And I think boys just need to be boys. My boys want to walk around with their shirts off.
Yeah.
They want to build stuff in the front yard. They want to go, shoot something. They just want to be boys.
Yeah.
You got to let them.
However, I will say this. Jax came to me yesterday in the prettiest green dress ever. And he was twirling. He's like, Mama, look at this. And then he even did a little twerking.
It was pretty funny. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
But let me say this. I was like, oh, you're the prettiest little girl I ever seen. Because sometimes they like to play dress up, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But I seen there was somebody, I won't say any names, but their little boy who's like 6 years old got on his little sister's bike at the birthday party by the pool, and her bike was pink, big deal. He got on her bike. The dad got so pissed off, threw him off the bike, grabbed the bike and threw it in the pool and said, don't ever sit on a pink bike again. You're a man.
Whatever. That's
like,
weird.
why does that matter? It shouldn't matter. Just let kids be kids. We played dress up when we were young. Sounds like Biden. Okay. We're burning the books, burning witches at the stake, erasing history, denying basic biology, and rewriting the dictionary. I don't get it. Tom Cigars, you are so right. That is a big thing that is pissing me off, is about the history thing. Mm-hmm. Just changing stuff. They don't want to talk about the Holocaust. They don't want to say that ever existed. Are you kidding me? That is...
let's forget about the Holocaust. Let's just talk about slavery.
Right.
So slavery happened. It sucked. And Americans fought a war to fix it.
To stop it.
So, but we should be able to talk about it and not get so offended and so pissed off.
Yeah, right? But also, if you hide that stuff, then you know what's going to happen? It's going to happen again.
Well, what shocks a lot of people, and you guys can go Google this and verify it, they believe there are more people in slavery in the world today than there were in slavery in the 1800s. Yeah. So in the 1800s, they estimate there were 25 million people held in slavery. Today, they believe there's between 25 million and I believe 47 million people held in slavery. So it's not even legal anymore, but it's a bigger problem. And that kind of segues into gun control, right? You can make it illegal.
Doesn't mean it's going to change anything.
It's not going to make people stop.
Because the bad guys are going to be bad guys no matter what.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I hate the Facebook viewers are so low. Yeah, you know what? That's because most people will jump on YouTube, and we usually get a couple hundred people on YouTube.
And to be frank, Marcel, so I am never concerned about how many viewers are on. I don't care.
Yeah.
What I care about is that Marcel is on here every Monday.
Yeah.
That's what I care about. I care Tom Cigars is on here every Monday. Renee.
Yeah,
all
Sandra,
those consistent people.
Joe, yeah. So what we did was we even made sure that our titles and stuff so that random people didn't just pick us up from YouTube, because that was happening a lot when all this gun, stuff was happening. We were getting 1,400, 2,000, even
3,000.
3,000 people on the live stream. But you know what? There were people that we didn't want on there. So
the
Ryan
type
and
of person we didn't want.
Yes. So Ryan and I said, how could we just get the viewers that we want, the people that like us, the people that enjoy us? We want to do this for them. It's not about the views. It's not about it's about you guys.
It's about the relationship.
Yes.
So
exactly.
Yes, I see lots of you guys on here. Jeff, Michelle.
Yeah, Gloria,
Sandra on here.
all the Kathy.
We love you guys.
The
We think it's
same
awesome.
people.
Yeah.
We love it. Vinny. Yep. But we still encourage you to like the stream. That does help us out.
Sure.
Okay, another question, and then we're going to do
I don't have any more questions.
The giveaway. Really? That's
Yep.
it? Okay, does anybody... Okay, I found Ryan the old-fashioned way. Heard from a friend. Hey, yeah,
Nice.
Exactly. Tell your friends. Tell them, hey, I got somebody great. If you carry, he's somebody great to listen to. All right, so Ryan's newest book, Renee got a core belt. Sweet. You are gonna love it. What? Oh,
Nobody can see our faces when you hold stuff up like that.
nobody wants to see our faces, Ryan.
Look,
Nobody
we have the internet.
Oh, look at that. Well, at least it covers your face.
Yeah.
So the Florida Concealed Carry Law. I'm going to give away a couple copies. All you have to do, Lock Snot. Always watching from Sefner, Lock Snot.
That's a name I expect from Sefner.
From Sefner, yeah. Okay. If you want a copy of Ryan's book, just write, you can just write book in there, and we'll give you a few minutes to comment, and then I'm going to pick a few people. Not the report that I heard.
So, so comment book, and let's talk about this Colorado active shooting.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, happened at a grocery store. I didn't hear that anybody had been shot. Last time I looked, which was about an hour ago,
okay.
They said they still didn't know if anybody had been shot yet.
So
all they
just
knew
a
was they
report
got
that there was
got the
somebody-
shooter,
Okay.
and they knew he was shooting outside this grocery store. But it sounds like 6 people,
Okay.
whatever, were shot.
If you have updated information, then
They are
please.
definitely going to be using this.
First time watching your show. Okay. Traveling. Oh, it went by. Tell me how you heard about us. Traveling something or other. First time watching Traveling Silver. Tell us how you heard about us. Sorry, go ahead.
So, tomorrow the Congress is having this hearing about gun control. They're for sure going to use this shooting along with all the other mass shootings to try to push some massive gun control narrative. It sucks.
I'm not, a conspiracy anything, but this massage shooting and then this, it just seems very timely.
Well, they always happen. But what's funny is most shootings, most things of violence, they don't ever talk about unless it fits the narrative of what they're trying to do. But if it fits the narrative of racism, then of course they're going to talk about it.
Okay.
If it fits the narrative of a gun control, then they're going to talk about it. Do you ever hear about active shootings where the bad guy uses a revolver?
No.
No, but it happens.
Mhm.
But they never talk about it because it doesn't fit the narrative.
Right. Exactly. So Clan Lightfoot says, report I just heard 6 dead and 1 LEO shot. Unsure if the LEO is dead or not. Wow.
Wow, it sucks.
That's craziness. Okay.
Okay, pick a winner.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. How many things have changed?
A lot, Gloria.
In the 2020. Yes, he added a lot of stuff.
It's 2 months of work, a lot.
Yeah, he added a lot of stuff. I mean, there's an extra, 100 pages. I think the other book was 183 pages, and this one is 290 pages. So there's extra stuff in there.
I went really in depth in this version on the castle doctrine, which I didn't do in 2020.
And then he added like the top 10 questions I receive in each section. So, I mean, there's definitely stuff in there. As far as like the laws changing, I think you just went more in depth. There wasn't a lot
I tried to explain it, more scenarios.
Yeah, more scenarios, but there wasn't a lot of crazy laws changing right?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay. All right. So I am going to pick you know what? Let's just go with, oh gosh, I'm going to pick this person, but
Keturah.
Keturah Schrott. Schrott? Is that how you say it? I'm sorry for butchering your name. We're going to give you a copy of our book. Just send us an email to winner@tampacarry.com and then just say, hey, it's me, and I won your book, and send me your address, and then we'll ship that out to you hopefully next day.
Within 45 days.
You'll get it in a couple days. I won't say exactly. And you know what? I'm going to go with Sandy G. I'm going to pick you to win the other 2021 book. So send me an email, Sandy. And then good old Marcel, I'm going to send you a book as well. Okay. So go ahead and Sandy G and Marcel. And
okay,
yes.
So the next giveaway item is sponsored by Bunker Depot.
The Bunker.
The Bunker.
Oh, you got it is the Bunker Depot, actually.
Oh, I actually did notice that. I don't know what I was doing, but I saw that. And I was like, oh, very sophisticated.
You just never say, look at that beard.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Look at these guys.
Yeah.
Jason and Kyle. Look at those beards. Okay. Well, I wonder if they would just let me do this.
They'll let you do whatever their girlfriends and wives will allow you to do.
I'll personally ask the wife. It's not anything.
No, that's weird, Tiffany.
No,
if a woman walked up and did that to me in my class, I'd be like, that's weird.
Yeah, you don't give me the pleasure of being able to do that. You know, there's just so.
I also don't want you
there.
touching me. So.
Okay, we're gonna give away a 50 rounds of. Let me see what kind this is. I don't know. Right now, it doesn't matter, right? It's 9mm ammo, so it's brass 9mm. So we're gonna give this away. All you have to do is comment 9mm in the comments there, and I'm gonna pick someone. So if anybody else has a question, go ahead and post it. So hang on. Take care all. Life is short. Stay together or hang apart. Yeah, no, Ryan and I already decided that we're just going to stay together because we both decided that we don't want to start over all the bull crap over again. We know each other. I know what he likes to eat.
I've already seen her poop herself when she was giving birth.
I did not. Oh, you should not be talking about this. Okay, so if I were to poop myself giving birth, I think that's a little bit better than the 6th time that you crapped yourself just walking around.
Hold on, Tiffany. Slow down, all right? So.
And what happened at class the other day?
Nothing. Doesn't matter. Change the freaking subject.
Okay, so let me see here. All planned mind control. Yeah. Okay, let me see. No book. Thanks. Live in Utah, but love your show. Awesome.
Oh,
Thanks
nice.
for watching. Okay, I'm looking for the 9mm. 9mm. Okay, so we are going to go with, remember if you're on Facebook. Oh, I'm seeing names this time on Facebook.
They must have clicked that link or something.
Oh, hey, that's good. Okay, I'm going to go with
pick the name you're hovering over. Just pick it.
Paul Casson, Kasson. Casson. Paul, you just won the ammo. Send us an email to classes@tampacarry.com and we will get that shipped out to you.
Make sure you guys check out Bunker Depot. I know a lot of people have been asking about ammunition. Guess what Kyle got? I don't know how Kyle is pulling this off. He got 25,000 rounds of 9mm last week, I believe, last Friday or something.
Oh my goodness.
And he said this week he's got another 25,000 rounds.
Wow.
So he's selling it for a pretty cheap $30 a box, which is super cheap today.
$30 is right now.
So if you guys are looking to get a lot of 9mm ammo for a pretty fair price,
yep,
Bunker Depot can definitely hook you guys up.
So should we tell them about our new little plan?
Oh, this Wednesday.
Who wants to hear about our plan?
Go.
No, you have to do it.
Oh, is it Wednesday? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so this Wednesday, we are going to start a new series. It's going to be on the Carry University YouTube channel. I will not publish it on Tampa Carry.
Really?
I'm not doing it. It's about Carry University. So if you're not subscribed to Carry University, you're going to totally miss out. Me and Tiffany are going to drop the little life suckers off at school. And we are going to go on a road trip.
We are going road tripping.
And we are going to just go visit some gun stores and see what kind of cool, crazy stuff we can stumble across.
Yeah.
So we're going to start doing it every Wednesday. We're going to travel the whole state just to go look for those really unique crazy cool guns. I'm not looking for a Glock. We've all seen that.
But just the interesting stuff, little hole in the wall places, different things. So, I mean, just who knows? Who knows what we'll find? Who knows where we'll show up? And
I'm probably going to be on the way there. I'll post a story on all the social media of which gun store we're going to. So if any of you live in that area, you can come see us, say hi, and be in the video. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys have ideas of which gun stores we should go check out, post it in the comments.
No, don't post it in the comments. We are going to have a form.
Okay.
You're going to post it later this week. We have a form that you can fill out. If you know of a great little gun shop or a great place that has some good finds.
Like unique, cool
stuff. Yes. So if some of you were watching, we did a video of Ryan and I doing a little date night. That Wednesdays are our date day, so this is kind of like our date day. But we did one at Bunker Depot a few weeks ago, and it's just cool stuff that they have, and it was fun to just be able to go there and film,
look at stuff,
stuff together, talk, and say hi. So we're going to be traveling the state, and then eventually we'll even go out of the state.
Yeah,
because I want to go to that place in Tennessee.
Oh, that place is so cool.
That place is so cool.
Okay, are you giving something else away right now?
No,
we're just keep commenting for no reason.
We're done. Hey, that's okay. Good job, Tiff. You wore him down. I did wear him down. He's almost trained, so I'm not trading him in.
You know what? Nothing. Shockingly, I actually picked up my own underwear off the floor today. I was like, oh, it's sitting there. I should put that in the laundry basket. And then even as I did it, I was like, what's wrong with you, Ryan?
Did you really?
She's gotten into your brain.
Good job. You didn't pick up your socks.
Baby steps here, Tiffany. Baby steps.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching once again.
Thank you.
We are nothing without you. Have a great week, and we will see you next Monday.
Be safe.